Hey everyone, I'm Amy. I wanted to show you my new studio space. I'm very proud of it. A bit about me, I've been producing music for about 3 years and I do this as a hobby. I'm otherwise pretty busy with work and life, so I do it when I get the time. And I also play piano and teach piano once a week. So this has taken me 3 years to put together, but I thought it would be good for somebody who might be a beginner, who may be looking to get started and feeling a bit overwhelmed at all the options, not knowing what to buy. I know that I was certainly like that, thinking I had to have everything to get started, but that is certainly not true. But I'm really happy with what I've got today, so I'm going to start with probably just talking about the microphone that I'm using. So I have one microphone. It's an SM57. I got it dirt cheap on eBay. Works just great. And I'm using this to record the audio today, so you don't have to hear it through my iPhone. And I've got this one running through to an audio interface, so I'll show you that now. So I've just moved the phone from my tripod over so you can see my computer, and if I just tilt the laptop down, you can see my Scarlett Focusrite there. I've got a 4i4, and the reason I went with this one is because it's got 2 inputs at the front, and you can see the number 2 is blinking away because that's what I'm using to that's what I've got my microphone plugged into, and it's picking up the audio signal. And it's also got MIDI in the back, so I've got MIDI in there, which is running to my digital piano. So I've had this Korg for coming on 10 years. Served me very well until I got an acoustic piano. It's a great keyboard, really lightweight, got weighted keys. It's got a nice little sustain pedal there. But what I'm using it for in this studio is actually to control MIDI. So you know how I showed you the MIDI in running from the back of my Scarlett? That's the MIDI out, this one here. So that's the MIDI out. So any digital signal from the Korg is going to go into my Scarlett over there. And then I can basically use this as a giant synthesizer, and I can use all of my virtual instruments and sound effects and synth stuff, whatever I like, which is pretty cool. Okay, alright, so the next thing I'll show you is this controller that I've got sitting on top of my piano speaker. So this is a Akai APC Mini. I really like this controller because it integrates really seamlessly with Ableton Live. You can see a row of faders along the bottom. Got a row of faders along the bottom, and you can also see that red column with the first button blinking away. That's my clip for audio that I'm recording in session view, so that's going straight into my laptop. And I think this is going to be really helpful for me when I'm recording at the piano, because I can just put my instruments in all of the columns and then trigger clips as I record them or when I loop them. And then I can use the faders to mix the volume. And over here, I've got a little Akai MPK Mini, and I'm going to use the knobs to control things like, I don't know, filter cutoff and EQ and all those fancy things, reverb, delay, audio effects basically. And the cool thing about this little MPK Mini is that it's got really good pads for finger drumming, and you can also map anything that you need to into Ableton, which is super handy. So when you go to set up like this, you're going to inevitably end up with a lot of cables. You can see here I've got really nice monitors that I don't use enough. They were second hand. They're probably a bit too big for what I need, but they're here to stay. And then they've got the mess that comes with running everything from a laptop. So I've got a USB hub with my 2 USBs to connect my Akai and PK Mini keys, little keyboard, and the APC Mini, which is the controller with the faders I showed you sitting on the piano. And then I've got a hard drive there, and I've got a cable connecting my laptop to an external monitor. And now I've just covered up that mess by opening up my laptop again, and you can see I've got Ableton up ready to go. Probably not going to go through the software side of things because that can get a bit long-winded and boring, but yeah, that's basically the hardware part. Oh, and then the most essential part is the headphones. Is probably the first thing I bought after I got my initial MIDI controller, which was a Novation launch key. Then I splurged and I got these really nice Audio Technica headphones, which I love and I take good care of. And yeah, and then other bits and pieces like a microphone stand and another little cheap microphone stand, which is really wobbly and a bit of a waste of money because it was just a knockoff and not a good brand. And then of course my little selfie stick that I use for everything. So yeah, there's my rambling studio tour. Hope you liked it. If you found it interesting or you've got any comments or questions, just let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. I know what it's like when you're starting out. It can be totally overwhelming, especially if you don't have friends or family that do this kind of thing. You can spend a lot of time looking, watching videos, feeling like you have to follow all the advice out there, but if you just keep it simple and start slow, you'll gradually get to 3 years down the track and wonder how you got all this stuff like me. So thanks for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate that, and happy playing. Bye.